Lyon have been relegated to the second division because of financial difficulties, but they've won the league 7 times and are a big European name. We can't be having them getting relegated, so in today's video we're going to be rebuilding Lyon from the second division. We're going to get them promoted to the third and go on from there until we win a Champions League. It might take so many seasons, it might only take a couple, but we're going to try and keep it realistic. So sit back, relax and enjoy this video. And just so you guys know, I have now set up a Patreon with a 7-day free trial for you guys to check out down below. It's so I can post more content on there. Extended Wonderkid reviews. These videos you're watching right now are completely ad-free. There's a free trial. Go over and check it out. There's a link in my YouTube bio. LLF for 63 on Patreon. Check it out. I'm sure you'll love it if you love career mode. And as you can see, we have entered Lyon's facilities as a new gaffer, and I think our drip is immaculate. But as you can see, we are in the second division, and that is not ideal whatsoever. We need to escape this as quick as possible, and the starting team is obviously extremely good. I think they just finished 6th in real life, and now they've been relegated, so their team is way above the League 2 level. And I mean, we also have 50 mil, but we're going to try not to spend all of that. We might end up doing it, but we're going to try keep it realistic. So obviously players have to be transfer listed, and firstly, Tolisso. He's too good for the second division. I would be shocked if he stays. And then Musa Niakate. Again, he's 77 rated. And then the striker, I'm not going to mess up his name, but there's no chance he's staying. And then finally, Malik Fofana. He's such a good wonder kid. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get snatched up by a bigger European team. So for us to be successful, I think free agents could be really important. We've had financial difficulties. We don't want to spend 50 mil in our first season. But we've had our first big sale, and that's Kumbedi going to Montpellier for $9.5 million for some reason. I completely forgot to change it. Well, that is my bad. But that is a shame because Kumbedi's a very solid wonder kid and he's not going to be part of our journey anymore. But as you can see, we have been receiving offers for some of our players like Tolisso. He's rejected both the contract offers they've offered him. And then the striker and Malik Fofana, we've received no offers for at all. But as you can see, fullback is a massive issue. We have no backup right backs and no backup left backs. That needs to change as quick as possible. Same with striker. The team's a bit of a shambles. So we've brought in our first signing of the season, Tony Fruck, as a free agent, so it costs us absolutely nothing. As you can see, he's an attacking midfielder, can also play striker. And with Tolisso most likely leaving this season, we're going to need some attacking midfield backup. He looks very solid. I'm sure he can do the job. Okay, now time for right backs. And I think a youngster from the Prem on loan potentially could be really big for us while we're in this second division. But before we decide that youngster, we have actually signed a free agent right back. Because why not? Atiat Allah has joined as a free agent. As you can see, 71 rated left back. He's just good enough to be the backup left back as long as we can keep hold of our first choice. But back to that Prem wonder kid I was on about. Pedro Lima is the one we've decided to go for on a 12-month loan. As you can see, he's only 69 rated, but we're in the second division. He's 18 years old. His stats don't look too bad at all, and we do have an option to buy at the end of the season. But this is an issue. We're on deadline day, 2 hours left. And as you can see here, we have just received our first offer for the striker. We've also received an offer for Maitland-Niles as well. We've accepted both, which means we might have to get cover in because the backup for those 2 positions, if they do leave before the end of the window, striker, we have no one. Right back, Pedro Lima, I didn't sign him to be our starter. I'm not going to lie. So we've brought in Koulibaly from Leicester to be our starting right back. But we've also brought in Hang-Wei Chan from Wolves to potentially be our starting striker, depending on what transfers actually go through. But guess what? We're not stopping there because we've brought in an ex-Lyon player in Tanguy Ndombele for £9 million. On his day, I know it's not very often, but on his day, such a talented player, and he could be a useful squad player for us. As you can see, Koulibaly 73 rated at right back. If he needs to be a starter, I'm comfortable in the second division with Pedro Lima as backup as well. I'm very happy with that. And then Ndombele, 75 rated, can play just midfield. It's just another backup option. With Tolisso, even if he stays this season, the chances are he's gone in Jan or the end of next season. So we can basically forget about him in our plans. Then Hwang-Hee Chan, 76 rated. Hopefully is good enough for the second division. I feel like he must be because I'm assuming the striker is going to be out the door. And he is. The transfer's been confirmed. He's gone to Aston Villa for $22 million. So this is what our team is looking like. Maitland-Niles didn't end up staying, but it's fine. We've got 2 backup right backs. It's not the end of the world. I don't think the team is honestly that bad. But Malik Fofana is going to be so crucial for us. We've managed to keep hold of him. No one wanted him for some reason. 19 years old, 77 rated. If we have success, it might be because of him. The same with Tolisso. I mean, we tried to offload him, but he's clearly happy to stay and be a part of this project. 80 rated in the second French division. He's on for a Ballon d'Or basically at this point. Those two players are going to be so crucial. And we're now going to sim the first season. So fingers crossed, we just get promoted first time of asking. No messing about. Get us back to that top division. And then we can build towards the Champions League from there. Okay, we're at the end of the first season. But how have we done? Okay, we're second. 1 point off first, but 15 points clear of third. It's looking very good. And I mean, Hwang Hee-chan had a very good season. 17 goals, 3 assists. Cannot complain whatsoever with those kind of numbers. And then Nuama, our right winger, 21 years old, 9 and 3. Not too bad at all. It was a developmental season. But Fofana, 10 and 7. I said it'd be really important for us, and he put up 17 goal involvements. Veretout even put up a few goals and assists as well, which is always good to see. So this is what the team's looking like at the start of Season 2. Obviously, nothing's changed yet, but changes will be made this season as we are now in the top division again. And with £83 million in the budget, I think we definitely have enough room to maybe offload some players, but bring in some really crucial ones. Because our team is decent, but I'm not quite sure if it's European level yet. So we will be making some changes. But as you can see here, obviously, we've got a lot of players back that were out on loan last season. So players like Mangala, Lepenant, we've got some half-decent options on the reserves now. But I did notice something. Nottingham Forest went down to the Championship, so they're going to be looking to offload some of their best players, just like we were. And Morgan Gibbs-White could be a steal of the century. 83 rated. More than ready for European football. So we've wasted absolutely no time, and we've managed to get a deal secured for £48.8 million. I know it's a lot of money, but with him in this team right now, that has boosted it so much already. But I'm not really too happy with our starting and backups for left back, so we're going to have a look to see if we can bring in a more first team quality one. And Hartman from Feyenoord could be perfect. 23 years old, 79 rated. I think his stats are extremely good. But what about Alvaro Carreras? 22 years old, 81 rated with 88 pace, sorry. He could be a fantastic signing. But as you can see, the club are not looking to sell him. They will not listen to a single offer. So our hand has been forced, and Hartman has joined for £25 million. I think that's a very good deal. Our defence now looks way stronger with him in at left back. I think we're definitely stepping towards a European spot for this first season in the top division. But as you can see, we're really struggling for backups in the front line. We don't really have anyone that we want to be giving minutes to, especially on the wings. But we do only have £2 million. We're going to have to try and be tactical here and find a bit of a bargain. And we've decided that bargain is bringing in Mikey Moore from Spurs on loan for a season with an option to buy of around £10 million. And as you can see, 73 rated at 17 years old. If he grows a bit this season, he could be a game changer in the long run, especially in that Champions League run we need to have. But because we're running low on money, and Mangala I don't think is going to be in our plans, we decided to sell him for £21.3 million over to Athletic Club. I don't really think he was going to get many minutes, so this is what our team is looking like heading into Season 2. I'm very happy with the upgrades we've made. Our bench is already looking way stronger as well. This could be a really big season for us. So we're going to sim it now. We'll get to the end. Fingers crossed, a top 6 finish is what I'm going to hope for, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, we're at the end of our first season, back in the top division, but how have we done? We're in 7th, 1 place off my target for this season, but we have just got promoted. You have got to remember that. Obviously, our team was a bit too good for the second division, but we did lose some big players, and we've managed to get a 7th place finish. I think that's definitely a sign that we're pushing up in the right direction. And this is what their team is looking like. Fofana's up to 79. Hartman's gone up a rating. It's definitely improving. It's just taking a little bit of time. Hwang Hee-chan had another good season. 17 and 7 in 34 in the top division. And then Fofana, this was his breakout. 17 goals and 5 assists in 29 games. Nuama didn't have a great season, only 6 goals. But it's not the end of the world. Veretout, another good season. Gibbs-White, 6 and 9. I was expecting a bit more, but it's still not bad. But Mikey Moore played 9 games, which isn't loads in fairness to him, but didn't put up a single goal involvement, which is not ideal, but I see the potential in him. And look how many players are going to be leaving at the end of this season. So we can't really be messing about with having to bring so many in. So we've decided just to secure Mikey Moore's payout clause. I know he didn't play well this season, but he's only 17, 18 years old now. He only played 9 games. I think we've got to invest in the future, and for that price, we'd be silly not to. And this is what the team's looking like at the start of Season 3. Fofana's now up to 80. I think it's a good start, but as you can see, there's obviously some places we still need to improve. And they've given us a nice budget of £70 million to do so. But this season, we've got to get ourselves a Champions League spot because it might take us a few seasons in the Champions League. So we need to get into it as quickly as we can. So obviously centre-back was a big issue in this team. So we've decided to bring in a free agent of Tom Hansen, 18 years old, 79 rated. It is a little bit scummy from me because he is a bit overpowered, but I don't care. We're going for Champions League glory and he might just lead us there. Hey, but we've now got a big problem with Tolisso. Look at this message he's just sent us. He's basically saying, what's your issue, Gaff? The team aren't happy and you're doing nothing about it. We've told him, mate, I don't care about you. We're in the top division again. We don't need you anymore. Thanks for getting us here, but you can get out the door. But no one wants him because he is useless. Well, he's decent, but I'm a bit mad at him right now. I mean, Lepenant didn't really get many minutes after coming back from loan, so we've decided to sell him for £14 million to give us even more money. And the big one, though, Tolisso has finally gone to Aston Villa as well for £18.5 million. But we're not done there. We're getting rid of players because we need a big transfer window and we need money for that. So Thomas Fruck has gone for £15.5 million. Bought him in as a free agent. Don't massively need him anymore. Sold him for £15.5. We are a tactical and money genius. Now time for our first big signing, and this one is an extremely weird one. Firmino has joined Lyon, but in a swap deal for Adrielson, that's definitely not correct, plus £2 million. So I thought, why not? Firmino's got some experience. He's only 77 rated now. But off the bench in the Champions League, he might be able to do something for us. You can never count out a Brazilian. But after those sales, we are now looking at £108 million in our budget. So it's time to make some improvements to this team. Because as you can see, the midfield, after those sales, is extremely, extremely weak. And I think Damsgaard could be a very solid option. He's a box-to-box player, a bit more attacking though. But he is very, very talented. And Hugo Larsson, a bit more defensive, but once again, box-to-box. It's going to be tough, but I think one of these two could change our midfield. And we've decided Damsgaard is the guy for us. 43 million from Wolfsburg. But we're not done there, actually, because we've decided we've got money. Why not bring in both? So Hugo Larsson has also joined from Frankfurt for £57.5 million. No complaints there, because now look at our midfield. Damsgaard, Larsson, Gibbs, White. The ratings have shot up. The Champions League better be scared. We're now down to £1 million, which is not ideal at all. But this season, it's all in this season. We're not in the Champions League, but going into next season, we have to be. We need a top 4 finish. We need to qualify for the Champions League, because it's pretty hard to win it if you're not actually in the tournament itself. So this year is massive. We need a big one. I'll see you after we play Season 3. Finished second, Champions League secured. It turns out it was a top 3 finish needed, so luckily we finished second. So far off PSG, but it don't matter. Champions League was our aim, and Champions League is exactly what we got. The team is looking good. I'm liking it. I'm feeling us starting to cook up now. It's stepping in the right direction. Maybe not Champions League winners yet, but we're slowly getting there. As you can see, that season we were actually in the Conference League, which I didn't realise, but we did get knocked out in the quarters to Spurs. So let's forget about that. That's not the European trophy we want anyway. And Hwang Hee-chan just keeps stepping it up. 29 goals in 33 games and 6 in the Conference League. This man might be signing of the century. And then Gibbs White, another bit of a slow season. We're still yet to see his big breakout year. And Fofana even slowed down. 6 goals, 3 assists after bagging 17. But it don't matter. The team overall was much better because we got that second place finish. As you can see, a lot of players are leaving on a free. Maitland-Niles would not have any of it. He did not want to sign a new contract. And we're losing a whole bunch of players in a month's time. So after we've lost them, this is what our team is looking like. We don't even have an official right back to start there. But we do have £92 million, so we definitely will be able to bring in some players. And we're wasting no time at all. Firstly, we're bringing in Juranovic as a free agent right back, Croatian. He's got a lot of experience. But obviously, we have no right backs. So we're not stopping there with right backs. We're bringing in another one, Araujo from Bournemouth for £27 million. As you can see, 90 pace, 80 rated at 25 years old. That's such a solid option. And then Juranovic as a backup, to be fair. He's not too bad at all. He's definitely got experience and will just be a bit part player for us. The Champions League year is here. Can we win it our first attempt? Most likely not. But we're in the trophy, so we stand a chance. And we're going to be looking at more free agents because we want to keep it realistic and we need to bolster this squad. We need a lot of sign-ins, and free agents is the best way to do that. And we found Diego Iglesias, not the singer, and he's 21 years old, 79 rated as a backup striker. He will be competing with Hwang Hee-chan very quickly. I like the look of him a lot. A player like this could turn into 84, 85 rated within a season or two. So this is now what our team is looking like. It's very strong, but I feel like centre-back could maybe do with improvement because there's not really much backup and the start in the Akate isn't fantastic. So what about Eric Garcia? 83 rated, 26 years old. He's versatile. I like the look of him a lot. Or we have Gabia, 84 rated, 27 years old. A bit more of a traditional centre-back, but would be perfect for us. And then we have Loic Bade, I think is how you pronounce it. 83 rated. They're all very similar in rating and age, so it is going to be difficult to pick. But we have made the decision because we have signed Eric Garcia from Wolfsburg for £14 million. No complaints there, because if you look at this team now, the back four is so strong, all being 80 plus in rating. It feels like we've transformed this team so quick over one season, but the bench reserves is still just empty. So we've just brought in a few free agents. I'm not going to waste your time. Firstly, Okada, 20 years old, 76 rated, a bit of an actual baller, I'm not going to lie, but he's just going to be a bench player for us. Next, Gelabert. We had no midfield, that's why we've brought in two free agent midfielders. He also looks very solid, but he is a backup for us. And then finally, we've got Bernd Peters. We needed a backup right winger, so we signed one. 20 years old, 73 rated, because look, we only have £4 million. We needed a lot of players in the club, and free agents was realistically the only way to do that. So looking at this team now, I think we're ready for Season 4. Is it going to be lucky? We'll have to wait and see. I'm very happy with the team we've made, but it's our first season in the Champions League. So let's see how we get on. We're in the final. We are in the final, first attempt, but it's against our rivals. And let me tell you right now, over these 4 seasons, I actually don't know if we beat them a single time. They beat us every single time we play them. But we're now in the Champions League final. If we're going to beat them once, please, please let it be this game. And in the league, we finished third. We purely put focus on the Champions League this year. And as you can see, it clearly worked. But Hwang Hee-chan is suspended. So he is not going to be involved in the Champions League final squad, which is a nightmare. Because as you can see, he put up 14 goals in 15 Champions League games, and now he's not able to play. Absolute disaster. Fofana though, 14-5, 9-5 in the Champions League. Gibbs White, 9 assists in the Champions League. Iglesias, 4-6. So he's going to have to play. But at least he's played and already shown what he can do. So as you can see, this is the team we want to go in with. But our hand's been forced. And by the way, look at these ratings. Hartman and Fofana, both 84. Hansen, 82. All our midfielders, 84. Maybe it was time to get to the Champions League final. But this is the team we are going to go with. The only change is Iglesias coming up front. But I think he is ready for the occasion. But the question is, are the boys? This is going to be a big game. But are we ready to go on and win the entire thing? Please, please, please. Otherwise, we have at least another season to be playing. Okay, early doors. We've got it into Morgan Gibbs White now. Literally from kickoff. And what a lovely bit of skill that is. He's still going. Iglesias going through. Is he onside? I think he is. He is! Hwang Hee-chan finishes that. He does. They've got the ball with Barrios on this left-hand side, but it's an awful pass. And now we've got it with Nuama. He's trying a bit of skill against Andy Robertson. Interesting. And oh my, on the ball. He is just sexy to watch. And he's still got it now. He's played it into Iglesias, who's through on goal again. He's missed another chance. And that is half time. It's been all us, but we haven't been able to finish our chances. And for that reason, it's 0-0 going in at the break. Okay, we've got the ball now with Gibbs White. Lovely ball out to Fofana. The counter-attack is on 50 minutes in. They've tried an offside trap, but they don't know. Fofana will just run through by himself. He don't care about that. And now we're in the box. He's kited back. He's played it across. Nuama! we're 1-0 up in the Champions League final. Nuama, what a goal. Fofana, lovely play from you. Oh my God, we're 1-0 up in the Champions League final. Fofana, the cutback, the pass across, the control, the finish. It is all beautiful. Okay, they've got the ball 87 minutes in with Vitinha. If we can just see out these last few minutes, we have won the Champions League. And now it's Barrios on the ball. We just need to win the ball back to see out the game. And Vitinha's still going. And now it's Rodrigo in the box. Please win that header. That's game. That's got to be game. And it is. We have won the Champions League. The first time of asking in terms of being in the Champions League. What an achievement that is. I actually can't believe we have just done that. We're lifting the Champions League trophy. It took us 4 seasons, but I would say that is a very quick turnaround from the second division to Champions League. What a rebuild that was. I absolutely loved that one. We made some massive signings. The signings we made performed. Players that stayed like Fofana and Nuama. Well, Nuama just scored a Champions League winning goal. Fofana went up to 84 rated. Hwang Hee-chan, signing of the century, definitely. He puts up 14 and 15 in the Champions League. Did then go on to miss the final because he was stupid. But oh well. And that is the rebuild complete. And obviously where we're going to leave it for this video. So if you have enjoyed and made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Make sure to comment down below if you have made it this far. Until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.